very much rooted in the area. And we thought it, as an entity of the city, with leadership that is brought out from the city, we have Mr. Vianney Janchi, who has a few words to say and is part of the board of the leadership. So let's give Mr. Vianney Janchi a round of applause as he comes out. We have Mr. Vianney Janchi.
Thank you, Program Director. Lovely ladies and kind gentlemen. Thank you, Program Director. I've already been introduced. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and special greetings to the Deputy Executive Mayor, Councillor Kuseli Jack. Good morning, ladies and councillors. Special greetings to fellow board members, heads of departments at provincial, municipal, and councillors present, our stakeholders, fellow board members, heads of departments at provincial. I also humbly greet representatives from business and industry presenters who are our partners in this venture. I also humbly greet representatives from business and industry present who are our partners in this venture. The NGOs present, the 9 schools representatives partnerships for change, and our MBDA is the city's change agent and promoter of development across the metro. It is therefore fitting that the cities are here today with our stakeholders, the Nelson Mandela Bay Municipality, to launch a very important program here today with our stakeholders, cleanliness, the Nelson Mandela Dignity, and food security in our schools program. Many of us know that schools cleanliness are not just places of learning, and they are community centers in our schools and a safe haven. Many of us know for many challenged families, not just places of learning. Some children will only receive a decent meal and a safe school. For many, it is therefore important for us to take this moment and appreciate the role played by social partners in shining light into this problem. To take this not only articulating the problem, but making sure that we shall all roll our sleeves in shining light and get to work to fix the problem. Not only articulating the problem, ladies and gentlemen, but making sure just to welcome you and also to say this is the purpose of the get to work to fix the problem. I'm welcoming to all to my home township. I have spent almost my entire life in this area. This is the purpose. This is my home, and in those few words, please welcoming to all to my home township. I have spent thank you for entire life in this area of history. This is my home, and Deputy Executive Mayor, we look forward to more fruitful engagements. And thank you with you being part as the MBDA. History. And I'm sure that together we look forward to more fruitful engagements. As a parting shot with you as the MBDA. This place where we are, and Brighton in particular, is known in particular by including the Deputy Executive. This place where we are, it has been a terrain of struggle. Brighton has been a nerve center for political Apa, including the Deputy Executive Mayor, that it has been a terrain of struggle. Ours is to make sure that the MBDA makes it a nerve center for development that has influenced the whole country. But today, ours is to make sure that the MBDA makes it a nerve center for development. So with those few words, you are all welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Board Member Janchi. We appreciate those kind words. And I also must acknowledge a few more of our schools have come in. We have 9 schools in this program, and we will hear more about the role that the schools play and what the program aims to do. A few disclaimers. We were challenged. We arrived at one of the items in the facility wasn't working. So we've had to improvise on technology. Fortunately, we are live streaming and other people can see and hear what we're doing in this room. So some of the presentation that will come through would have been beautifully on screen, but I'm sure the city will attend to the item that needs to be fixed. So without wasting too much time, let me then call up the partner that is integral in the rollout of this project. The MBDA, as we know, and Ms. Debbie Hendricks will touch on this in terms of what is our role in this greater area of New Brighton. In part and parcel of delivering our work, we work with social partners. And this organization, with its network and its programs at schools, came to speak to us. We listened, we engaged, and the outcomes of today are part and parcel of that arrangement. But let me not steal the thunder. Sia Nzumpa from Give Them Wings Foundation, please come on stage.
Is equally protected by the law, improve the quality of life of all citizens, and free a potential of each person, and build a united democratic South Africa, able to take its rightful place as a sovereign state in the family of nations. May God protect our people. Ngosi sikelela Africa. Morena bulukwa sichaba sa Yesu. Khotsi inside Africa. God bless South Africa. Mudzimu fatutenza Africa. Hosi katekisa Africa.
And it's God's as you guys have seen this morning. God bless Africa. Good morning. Mandela Deputy Mayor, thank you for joining us this morning. And this was Teti Tohwana Mandimulimi, I'm a gardener, and my second handicap. We prepared a very nice presentation. We work with kids, so we have visuals. But in Mhlanje, iyaspikisa i-technology abantu bakuthi but ke akho nto sizawuqhuba. I will have to do a lot of the presenting that I wanted you to see ndicacise. Lo ume phambi kwenu nguSiya wakwaNtsumpa ngumngwevu. Give Them Wings Foundation ndimqala 14 ndiqwalasela ingxaki ekhoyo ezikolweni zabantu bakuthi when it comes to specifically poverty. 2014, I had about 300 rand to my name that time, ndandingaphangeli at all. And we fast forward to, we fast forward to today, where we are standing with people like the in front of us in the audience. So it's been a very long and a very taxing road. But in that road, we have done what we have just seen now, where the learners have led. The Give Them Wings Foundation is a foundation that puts the learner first in everything. And that is how we are going to begin this program called the New Brighton Schools Green Challenge. We are inviting with the MBDA and all of the partners that you have, you see in front of you. Si invita ezizikolo zilandelayo. Ikhona ipitch enyenda? Ndibuzile ikhona na ipitch enyenda? Ingaba ikhona iThembelihle? Ikhona iNewell High School? ikhona inobanika phundi mna ke ndimuntu othanda uqala a cup of coffee ikhona iNewell High School ikhona iMulefe. I think the rest will join us as the morning progresses. Sibiza ezizikolo ke Tatu Jack sibiza kwi-challenge esithi yi-Green Schools Challenge. This Green Schools Challenge is going, and as ndithetha ke especially the schools, I would like you to have questions and notes for me xa ndigqiba mhlawumbi ikhona into endiyiphosileyo enizawufuna uyazi. Sizinvayitha ezizikolo kwi-project ye-12 months where the schools are going to be competing with each other in food gardening, or let me say permaculture food gardening and recycling. Izikolo zizawuqala ngemini one zonke ukuqokelela i-recyclables. Yintoni i-recyclable kanini? I-recyclable izawufana nebhotile yamanzi, yobisi, yedrinki, ican yedrinki, ican yefish, yefruit, etc. Esikoleni ngoku siyazigcina ezi zinto asisazilahli. Sisebenzela la msebenzi upha kwi-Sustainable Development Goals 2030 ethi le nto siyiqhelileyo as waste asifuni, and we are doing our best to eliminate waste kwindawo esisebenza kuzo. Now, we find it easy as NGOs working in schools because schools are really the hubs of your communities. If you want to reach the community, your focal or your center point is the school. So systematic schools in 9 to challenge them kule program. Bazawuqala nge-recycling. Ngalamini nibuya zitishara zam. Nake xa ndithetha nomisi ndithetha nomntana wesikolo. Ngalamini nibuya nge-11. Esikolweni umntana umisi nomisi ungena esikolweni ephethe into efana nohlobo. Sandicacisela ke ngalento. Ukhona usisi apha ngaphambili ongusisi Emi uza kunika yena igama layo escientific lento ne akucacisele uba ihamba njani into yayo. Xa sibuya esikolweni as of October 2022, the culture of the school kwezi zikolo ke sendizibizile izawuthi umntana wesikolo xa ebuya ngokesize esikolweni masibisele ibidrink ishori irefresh ibithengiwe endlini ispaletha besikhona uza nayo eyiphethe. Uzithini ke ngokwena mem xa ufumanisa uba abazi nazo uwenza le nto ibhizi yenzayo kuzo zonke izikolo asebenza ngazo Motherwell. Uma pha egeyitini ungakhambi uthethe. Uzawuthi xa ekubona usiza athi eyi kulapho tsiya uzayikhangela ifumana. Ane, what are we doing? The main, we have to do everything in our power as our communities apho i-waste ingamanageki kakuhle khona to play a role in eliminating ingunguma eyaphi kwa-landfill. Now, zinintsi ke ngoku ezinye izinto esizenzayo xa sisenza lo msebenzi esizawungena kuzo in detail as we go through le competition. Ndiyayiphinda ke le ndawo izitishara zam yi-competition le. Ane? Siyamvula u-October term 4. Umntana uthini uza nale okanye le i-brown yesipala yestone okanye le green okanye le yamasi okanye i-cardboard mhlawumbi bekuthengiswa amaqanda phela yonke into e-recyclable sizawuza nayo. Ndikhangela ibhodi ka-Emi into e-recyclable into ethini. I-recyclable into ezaba nala triangle ithe apha kuyo uyayazi uba okay this can be recycled siya nayo esikolweni. I-project iqala apho, that is our first corner or first phase of our project. Iyalandeleka izikolo zam ne kuzawuphela ke ngokunyaka pha ngoDisemba phange-2 xa nizawuvala nini izikolo mhlawumbi phange-14. Then ke ngoku usisi Emi ke ngumntu uzasiqokelela into zethu. She's one of our partners from Waste Trade. Uzasiqokelela zonke into zethu. Kuye ozawuthi i-Newell High School has collected so much. Asidwelisa. Sibone yeyiphi eyona yenzeka kuhle kule phase yokuqala. This is a year-long project. Abantu abasijonga i-status samumisa abasijonga i-status sam, my motto is lo msebenzi, environmental work is a game of patience. Asingxam. we are competing, but asingam sisawuthi qhu because sipilota i-project ye-12 months. Lo mzuzu sirecyclisha kweli cala ne. Ikanti khona into esiphatheleyo ngo-Isuzu. I wonder ibingenangena na, but sizayibona apha phandle. Kuzawuba available to the schools umgqumo esiwenzeleyo omhle apho sizawugcina khona ii-products zethu ze-recycling. Lo msebenzi ngabantu sizawenza, we are not going to do it haphazardly. Isuzu has provided us with very, very attractive bins. Apho izawuba ngumgqumo. I'm sure siyibonile ngoba singena. Apho ingxowa yakho izawuhlala khona ugcine ezinjena zodwa. The one thing about recycling, Mr. Jack, Mayor Jack, inecalucalulo. It wants the brown ones alone, it wants the green ones alone, it wants the blue ones. So I always say to the kids, it's very racist. It's very racist. It wants everything separated. Now, lamzuzu siqhuba ilula ke lento because endlini xa kuphele ipilchard tatam eyiphilisha umntana into kubakho ke misi ndiza kubuza ibizo unkhumbuze abantu kubuzanga what challenges you expect from the school kule project. That's a question I want from you at the end. Kuzabakho abantu baza esikoleni ngemoto, hayi khaya ndiza ngemoto, hayi utata transport akafuni lento masiyichole tipini uzawuzana into ngokuhlamba inyani ke athi umuntu we-transport hayi awuzoza nezo zinto ebhasini uzaba ke unale group ingaparticipate uzayithi ane wenze ntoni ngale nto. He has Now, how is this going to work? Always aba lapa from the schools. We are going to form a union for the period of 12 months. Sizawuncokola efowunini, sizawuthetha, ndizawuvisit izikolo zenu, ndibone uba okay pha ingxaki ithini, pha ithini. Number one, sizawu-attend workshops. Ane? We are doing what we are going to call food security. So, funeka sincedisane sibonisane uba le nto thina esikolweni sethu asinomhlaba for ukulima. Siyana MBDA no-Isuzu bafuna silime, siza-attend workshops apho usiya uzawushara olu lwazi lakhe alucholileyo apha endleleni lokuba uyenza njani leya, ukhulisa ntoni xa ulime itumato, ufuna uyincedisa ngephi crop. We are going to attend 4 workshops in the period of 12 months. And uphazamisa imisi kwi-curriculum yakho. Ngo-October wavula nge-11 ngolesibini, ngo-12 ngolesithathu ndiyakufuna e-workshopini eMotherwell. Ewe mama. Kuvulwa kuxukuxu. What am I doing? I want you guys to be in a competitive spirit. And I want you to be in a competitive spirit from the very, very beginning. I'm so very disappointed that we do not have our visual aids, because when you can see what this little bottle has done in other schools, ubuzawubawa and ubuzawufuna, because this is such a simple program to integrate in your school. Sizawudibana kwi-workshop thina, sixhobisane siplan igadi yaplanwa. Asilimi ngokungola hlobo sasilima abazali bethu abelima ngalo apho uzawufumanisa uba utata unespinach sodwa. No, ithi into ngoku u-2030 development goals uthi masilimele silimela inyosi must be factored into our garden. The butterfly, all of those important insects must be incorporated into our food production, because kuthiwa abantu abafundileyo ke lento iyinyosi actually iyaphela in existence. So we have a responsibility as food producers to play a role. Klandosi funsayo paka grade 10, 11, I think, ethic climate change. Siyaslima nathi specbome egadini. Ngoba nje silima ispinach. ngoba nje silime ikhaphetshu, ngoba nje silime itswele, siyazima nezinye izinto ezingazotyiwa sithi, but ezibalulekileyo in the fight against climate change. Siyasifundisa ke isikolo, siyasitshintsha isikolo to become an environmental hub ezakwenza nezinye izinto ezibalulekileyo in the community. Sisalandelana ne? Ndizawusuka apha kwimike ndiye phaa ezantsi. Uzawuhamba unyaka. Bakleva abantu balapha enkosiphuti. Siyalima ne? Ndithe siyalima ne? Sizawurecyclisha. Sibaqala apha, basiqokelele. Atshintshe ubuso ke ngoku uPhutsiya aphele ukuncuma. uPhutsiya ke xa efuna into uyayifuna and uzawuphela umthanda because one thing azawuyenza sibheka phambili. Ane? Sizixokelele nazi mem. But ke ngoku izawupheka ethi wena iyabhora lena. Sizayitshintsha siyenze istena sokwakha. This is called an eco-brick. Mamela ke. Umamelo mahluko. Ane? Siyaphuma ke ngoku kumhlaba wa recycling, siya kwa upcycling. Apho baweqwalasela apha ngaphakathi ngamaphepha chips, plastic, yonke le ndibiza yenkunkumeni kakade. Sayithatha sayenza apha. Apha ela intombi lena belapha be-praise singer. Isikolo sakhe sinothango made completely from an eco-brick. But ke ngoku thina, what else we can do with an eco-brick is we can make esi situlo. Esi situlo silapha. Yilando ke ngoku lena Tatu Jack City yintoni? Yi-upcycling. So part of the challenge, lelo ke ndizanifuna engosimima. Ndizanifuna workshop in njene for a period of 4 workshops. Maximum 2 hours, 4 times a year. Anduphazamisanga tu. Sinifuna yonke lento sizayenza Tatu General. Sifuna bayifake phaya kwi-curriculum. Ane? Umuntu uzawuthi xa sihleli lento sifuna umntana ayazi in general, angayazi for the sake of ba sifuna uwina le competition. Umntana xa ehleli kokwabo nge-holiday kaJune Indiamos, sifuna abe nalo olalwazi lokumchithisa isithuthi ba okay, hayi man nasi space apha endlini besifundisiwe ulime, we had these lessons on how to grow food. Let me do what I learned at school practically apha endlini. Kuninto bandiphume manje nje ukwenza ezinye izinto pha ngaphandle. Ane? Uzawuthi ke ngoku apha kule Ottoman, we were doing this 1 year eFumisokoma with the grade 7s for, what is that thing the grade 7s do kanini? Entrepreneurship Day. Uzawuthi xa esicinga uba man ndingadibanisa ibhotile ndidibanisa naleya ndikhuphe i-product endinoyithengisa ekugqibeleni. So you've given him a skill that is going to keep him busy from what we call value items instead of ingunguma okanye i-waste. Ndisalandeleka masine. Andisebenzi ndedwa ke. Ndisebenza nosis Amy wakwa-Waste Trade uzalifumana ithuba lakhe lo mabhoti andifuna ugqiba ixesha lakho. Sisebenza no-Isuzu usinike imigqumo emihle, ndakhala ndathi yomehlele imigqumo but it's wonderful that the schools are getting a very, very nice resource. Enye nenye into ke, I'm like a goldfish ke mna ke, ndiyalibala kakhulu. Enye nenye into endizayifuna xa ndifumana la mibuzo bendiyifunile from my schools. If I can take questions before I go forward. Izikolo zam azinamibuzo ne? Eke, ndikuthembe.
The schools opening on the 11th and they're closing today.
Yes.
So we won't find any learners from here. So can't we start at least on the 12th, not on the 11th when we open schools, so that we can have time to inform the learners on the 11th, then on the 12th we'll start.
Kaloku mama ndicinga sithetha into eyi-1 andithi niyavula nge-11 ne?
Yes.
Akho nto ndiyilindeleyo mhlawumbi uba ikhona i-assembly esikolweni nge-11 nizayi-announce bantwana bam ke ngoku sineprogram enje. Akho nto mna ndiyilindeleyo from you besides that. Then ke ngoku nge-12 just mem uzawuza kum eworkshopini for an hour, that's all.
Asatsho kule ndawo yoza nee-containers abantwana.
Hi, Mali, that is announcer, and then we will bring the containers as and when they are coming to school.
Okay.
So I'm not going to be meticulous to say, that's up to the school. Well, that's up to you how you want to be intense with it. Of course. No other question? Buzani mani, buzani, Mulife primary buzani. PJ Nyanda. I'm going to Zambetela Putu program director. We've asked our educator, or in my opinion, who is a very, very well-versed and high achiever. I think she's very underrated. Ms. Nzundwana to come and have a short word. Ms. Nzundwana is the deputy principal of SACE Primary. She runs a very successful fruit garden in her school. She's not part of this program, but I've asked her to come and share, just to motivate Ms. I don't know, I haven't been to the schools to inspect the programs that you have already deliberately, because ndifuna i-project enizayenza nam, niqale nam, siqale from scratch sonke. So I've been to the schools to share the information, but I haven't looked at what you guys are doing specifically. Uma Nzundwana is a permaculture. She has been awarded that. Kuphemaka enkosi tatam yabade nchilo bandeliba engodiyabulele uphemaka simfumana phi tatam ku permanent agriculture. So what are we doing? We want our fruit garden in our schools to be a permanent source of food. So the way we plant is important. What we plant, when we plant it is important, so that asithi xa sivuna singavuneli into yokuba kuphele yonke into siphinde sisongeze ngasingayazi. Permaculture is teaching us that once we planted a crop, do everything in our mind and in our practice to make sure that singular crop is providing us with seeds, and we move in a circular motion. So that singathi thele zakho kusinikezana ngomnyaka phela kaphezini. Permaculture was fundisa ngolo hlobo. What are we doing? Let us make sure that we can sustain it on our as a school. And go sit to Jack. I can see my bright students. Mamuna mondi ndiyacela ngaphambili man. And because gonna unalikujo like, oh hi.
Thank you, the Deputy Mayor of our. My name is Nomonde Nzundwana. I'm a very passionate about gardening. So with me, you can't work with the garden if you're not passionate about the earth, because I think umhlaba, if you're not friendly with it, you will work until you die. Nothing will come. So with the new school that's here I'm happy that Panda is not that new in the permaculture program, but with the other high schools, they won't even suffer because the learners from primary schools, they know everything about gardening. But what I'm worried about, it started with a competition. These things must be encouraged. I was in any competition in PE. I won all the national competitions. So I want to tell the schools, don't be worried if you don't win the PE competition. National, you will win. So about me, I am very, I I can't say that, but I love gardening. I'm going to the school today, but my are coming to my school tomorrow. So our school says primary, you can't be a PE if you are not a BP of says primary, because it's where you get things. Our school is also called a resource school. If you want help, you will get it, says. If you want seeds, you get it. If you want anything about planting, visit our school and we will give free, because we are given everything by everybody for free. So people like Oput Pumlani, Department of Agriculture, Municipality, Onozi, so we are just the best, given by everybody. So that's them. And then we can show them that we've got everything. We've got herbs, we've got spearworm, we've got snake plant, we've got everything that is nature. So we are willing to share. Even the knowledge, you can come with your kids, we can make a small plot with them and show them everything. With that will come and you'll be seer of, but for now you should start with the passion and get the learners, get that feeling that they can do something. With this thing of recycling, most of my recycling I do with the gardening. So kitchen waste from the school kitchen, it goes back to the gardening. The tins for the pilchard, to me, there are containers, the pots where you can plant something and you can get a lot of money. I think in PE we are so fortunate of this company and everybody wanting to help the schools. Just speak out. And there are so many competition, guys. If you are a competitive somebody, if you want your school to be part of the competition nationally, not locally, you can talk to me and then you can get the limelight I've got. Because now I'm retiring very soon, but I would love PE to be in one of the competition. I'm just food and drink for Africa. I'm out because I'm the national. So I can't be jealous because I'm not allowed to enter any other competitions now because of the level our school is. So I think now is for me, before I retire very soon, for you PE schools to grab everything you can get it from me. Those many words, I'm welcoming you to my school, welcoming you to my phone, giving you all the best thing that you want to get because I'm retiring very soon. So thank you.
Umama Nomonde is very, very modest. If there was a way of magnifying the achievements people achieve, she is a multinational award-winning educator in terms of this work. That's why I want her to speak to the educators. She raised the point that I was supposed to speak about the MBDA competition. When I enter a new school, regardless of who the first partner is, our intention is to create, with the food garden, a resource for the school. So, bringing this project to your school, the mindset is to bring it as a resource number one. Indoba Ibe competition is an added incentive of dragging these corporates and these funders with this work to say, now is obalulekileyo, because poverty actually is a real thing in our communities, in our everyday life actually. So I insisted on it being a competition format, because what do I know? The educator that is here from us might not be the educator that drives it, that is fine, but there will be an educator in the school who's like, there will be an educator that picks this up. If there is not an educator, and I'm going to say this because my schools are not here, don't let your learners embarrass you. The learners will absorb the project. And I have schools where I don't interact with the teachers, I interact with the learners. Because the learners have, ndizifumana kubi feedback ngoba nje sizakwenza presentation nje ezinjeni ndizafotelwa ngabantwana besikolo igadi yethu ithe. So what I know, Mama Nsundwana, there will be someone in that school community who absorbs the project. And uthethe another thing about national. This project is coming to the schools up in New Brighton as a pilot. Now what does that mean? Ezi zikolo zikhethiweyo ne but there is as a national project. I'm so very disappointed that I don't have all of my videos with me to share all the plans with you guys, but I am very proud that Indo is the project yaqalwa zizikolo zaseNew Bright, yaqalwa city. You guys started the schools project. Program director, andifuni ukulichitha kakhulu ixesha lakho. I've already wasted much of your time. Manibulele kwizikolo eziphumileyo, manibulele kutata uJack ngokus everybody else. Isuzu, all of the sponsors. Isuzu utata general wa ABSA. Nana mna ke ndinamntu ubhalayo ndibhale ndithi ndifuna kwenzeka ngolhlobo khuphani imali madoda yenzani. I am grateful to everybody that has done that and that has supported the program. Inkosi kakhulu.
No better hand like that than that one. Yes, thank you, Mama. We didn't want to rush you, because this is why we are here. The schools have grasped it, the learners, the students, teachers, and it's important for us with partners like these. And if I just use what I can say, we have partners that are donating for separation of waste. And they're not just, those ugly bins, they're beautiful. One of them is outside. We have partners that are donating rainwater harvesting tanks for the school. So each school will get rainwater harvesting tanks. We have the Department of Agriculture who will be giving us starter packs in terms of gardening materials and seedlings. We have the bank that can bring what only the bank can bring. and other goodies, we appreciate. We have Isuzu, obviously, has been mentioned, donating those buildings. And we have Lotto Star, who have committed to the project. And in fact, because we're partners, I'm going to ask them just to stand so that we see them and we watch them, because without them and their contribution, some of them we can't bring through the door because they're outside. I'll start with the Isuzu representatives with the bins. Usisukona, Sambulisa. Thank you. We have a bank representative from ABSA, ABSA Rep for Corner. Can you please stand with us? Sir, thank you. I'm expecting a big check. We have Representative Jay from Continental Tire. Thank you for being here. We have the Lotto Star Foundation, they couldn't be, there is a local representative who is present, but they did send an apology. They committed to the project. Let's give them a round of applause. We have Waste Trade Company. They've made a name for themselves. They've worked with us quite a lot. Sisi Payaback, hello, Waste Trade Company. Called Pakaching. Kids, listen to this, it's money. Pakaching, you recycle, you collect stuff, we bring it to the packaging center, you get a voucher, redeemable for goodies. I mean, you can make a good one with that. So talk to Waste Trade Company. We have the Department of Forestry, Fisheries and Environment representative that is here. If they're not here, we'll just wait for them. No, they're not here. All right. But agriculture is here. Stay. Thank you for being here. Provincially. We work with the Department of Basic Education. The teachers are here, but anyone else from the Department of Basic Education? Thank you, sir. Thank you for being here. The Nelson Mandela Bay municipality is invested in this project, and the leader, or number 2, will come and speak. 18 EPWP workers have been allocated to work on this project. Let's give them a round of applause for that. So, without wasting any time, and we're nearly at the program, I just want to call up the leader of the gang, Debbie Hendricks, who is operations executive, the unit that looks after programs like this. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you, Lavuyo. What gang am I a leader of? You never know, you never know. Good morning, learners, teachers, all our partners, our board members, our acting CEO, Deputy Executive Mayor. My name is Debbie Hendricks. I'm currently responsible for operations, which is operations is one of those things that it's a term for you do everything. You're the pot scrubber, bottle cleaner, just a little bit of everything. But maybe just to explain what the MBDA's role has been. Luvuyo's mentioned that we've been in New Brighton for a while. We're actually wondering now, what is the way forward in New Brighton? The MBDA, since its inception in 2003, was essentially a building company. Physical infrastructure. We were focused on the inner city, the CBD area. And obviously with the need in the town, the advent of time, the municipality has asked us to expand our mandate into various areas across the municipality. So we're not doing everything, but very focused areas. So historically, that has gone to areas like Hillvale, Corsten Shorterville, Utnake Dispatch, and also New Brighton. We get a flack from other townships. Why only New Brighton? Why only New Brighton? But you know, New Brighton is a special place in the city. And so I'm an urban planner by profession, and I've been watching New Brighton because I've done my thesis years ago on this area. And unfortunately, I mean, we are now almost 30 years into democracy. And New Brighton is still New Brighton. What has changed? And the more we say we're looking to government to deliver on the promises, you know, those days of one house, one vote, and those things, and I want a job, government must give me this, and government must give me that. We're still waiting. And it's not other people in government, it's us in government. It's not other people in our communities, it's us in our communities. It's not other people in City Hall, Deputy Mayor, it's us in City Hall. The technocrats, the officials, are not the other people. I don't know who this other people is anymore. It's us. So MBDA, in terms of its developmental mandate, is really challenged about, so you can do these beautiful physical upgrades. Singapi Street, we've spent I don't know how many millions there. The city has invested in all of the buildings that you see, Red Location Museum, this facility, etc. But I think the challenge going forward is, are we transforming our communities? Are we bringing the change that we've promised our children and our grandchildren? And the reality is, unless we roll up sleeves and do what needs to be done ourselves, it is not going to happen. So MBDA is not going to come and bring money and bring solutions, because people are always asking, when is MBDA coming to our area? All that MBDA is doing in New Brighton is saying, there's wonderful things here, there's wonderful people here. Maybe just shining a light and opening a door and say, come, let's talk about this thing. I mean, isn't SIA wonderful? It's such a resource to have people that are this passionate, that are in the communities that can do things for themselves. I had a whole speech prepared about MBDA's role. I don't want to talk about that. I just feel like all we want to do is to say the resources are here, the ideas are here, the skills are here, the inspiration is here. We just have to untap it. We have to show the kids that it's possible, that the power is in their hands. Yeah, I'm not a gardener. I can't even look after this. But the other day, so my house burnt down. So my garden is in a mess, and I thought, okay, I must plant a little something. So I heard about spekboom. We went to Addo spekboom. I'm going to get spekboom. I go to Builders, and a freaking little spekboom is 130 rand for little seedling, little sprout seedling of spekboom. And my mother says, are you crazy? You just break this thing off, you stick it in the ground, and it grows. So I think, let's pot spekboom and let's sell spekboom. I want to see these white people here. The white people are buying spekboom, people. We should be selling spekboom. I'm just saying there's such a lot we can do. The MBDA is in the area, and we want to facilitate partnerships. We want to bring the right people into the right spaces. We want to show the opportunities. We want to forge new ideas of doing things. We want to inspire people and the youngsters to be innovative. I always say that, you know, every politician gets up onto the podium and say, the youth is the future, we must inspire the youth and whatever, but the question I must ask, and I'm still a youth now, is what is the plan? I want to ask every government department, every NGO, every business, what is the plan? What is your individual plan for the youth? It's not going to be some other. We have this thing of somebody else must do it. We must do it. We must ask the schools, what is the plan? I don't want to speak about the projects too much, but that will come for itself. But, you know, it's not been a difficult thing, Executive Deputy Mayor, is to bring partners on board. Business want to work with us. We must just show a willingness, get organized, get our stories straight, roll our sleeves up and saying, we're not asking you to come and do it for us. We want to do it ourselves. We might need a bit of help with a water tank, with a fence or whatever. Our areas are incredibly dirty. I've lived in PE my entire life. I don't know if you agree with me, but it's never been this bad. So what has changed? Are we just more dirtier than we used to be? Sorry, that sounds very harsh, but I don't understand. It's the same people, the same families, you know, the same parents that taught my kids. It's the same people. Why are we now just dumping our rubbish all over? Somebody said there's a waste. You get so used to it, you don't see it anymore. You drive past it, you dump in front of it, on a sports field, next to the school fence, you don't smell it anymore. The goats and the pigs are up and down. It doesn't bother us anymore. It's just normal. And then a friend comes from the United States and you visit. Then it's like you see it for the first time, because now I'm embarrassed. How can you be? I'm trying to explain to my friend from the States why it's so dirty. And it's a very difficult thing to explain why it's so dirty, because it's like to people it's common sense. It's gone very wrong. So why we keep excited about this project is that it starts with young people. It's a culture change, it's a mindset change. And I mean, food security, we can talk about the whole time, it's just common sense. You know how much you spend now at Woolies for organic veg and organic? So I don't know when cultivating your own vegetable has become not unpopular or something. Rural areas, we used to do it. We were healthy. Nobody had diabetes and health. Now in the cities, it's like we forget about those things. There is real common sense and value in cultivating our own food. It's going to start with our children. In fact, we're looking to the youth to lead on this. Our country doesn't have a reach problem. Our country doesn't have a finance problem. There's no money for this and there's no money for that. I don't think so. If I can be so bold as to say, our country has a leadership problem. The youngsters on this program, you are leaders. We are looking to you to lead us. We want to invest in you. And our partners are saying we must invest in our kids because we need leaders. The MBDA is far from perfect. We try a little bit. We have our own challenges, etc. And we can do our of a clean campaign that we our integrated approach in New Brighton. The first phase was obviously the clean campaign we did on May 8, which was the Shai Kulati Drive, which was coincidentally done with most of the partners that are here. So these partners are in the area as well, Deputy Mayor. Isuzu was there, Content, and they've committed to the program. We're actually going to develop that site as a kickabout spot, also as a waste transfer station, a recycling center. That's the second phase. That program is doing all the feasibility studies and the EIA center established. The MBDA is committed to that as well. And then obviously this is part of the education and awareness campaign around cleaning and greening in New Brighton. So it's a multi-phased approach. We're going to be here for a while. We're going to build this issue of cleaning into all the projects that we do in Brighton. We just thought the schools is a good place to start. But we're going to continue with other partners. We're going to continue with other businesses in the area. I think there's a lot of opportunities around EPWP. I think we might with the municipality holding hands on this project. I'm going to stop there for now, but just to say that MBDA is very excited to be part of this. We're not doing much. By the way, we're not giving money to the project. All of this is in resources and processes, workshop, equipment, etc. Coming from our cleansing budget we didn't have a dedicated budget, but we make it work. Yeah, so it's part of our integrated approach in New Brighton. A lot of areas are looking to us as to if we can make this work. We've already been asked to start it somewhere else. And they said, no, Gebiki kans, let us just see how this runs with the project. But we are very excited to be part of this. We only have a coordinating role. It's not going to be physically. Our partners, which is in the form of the NGO, which is Give Them Wings Foundation, are going to be implementing and facilitating. We are pulling the partners and seeing there's no blockages to the project. Facilitating it, and then we let it go, and then we will reassess after the. That's basically our role. Thank you very much for listening to me this morning.
That's short. Thank you very much for those kind words. And again, thank you very much to our partners who make this possible. To give every partner to come and speak. Just time now, but please feel free to engage, talk to each other, find out how can this be taken further as well, because as the MBDA to help and facilitate, I think the MBDA should also add a broker. Thank you for that. And for the young people, When we get to the end of the program, we're going to ask you, the young people, to just remain seated while the other people go have a glass of water and a cup of coffee next door. The reason for that is a special guest, Luvuyo Niki. There's something special about Luvuyo, I don't know. Luvuyo Niki, who is here, who is a motivational speaker, he's an author, he's a great storyteller, and he's going to share with you his journey in life and how he has become what he is today. And I want you to find out what it is. It's part and parcel of trying to encourage and motivate you and really believe that it is possible to go from here to there. So please stick around for that. Mr. Luvuyo Niki will be sharing with you a really inspiring and motivating story. You got me? Thank you. So we are now left with only 2 speakers, literally one and a thank you. That has to be guest, the shareholder of the MBDA, Councillor, Executive Mayor, Jack, please. Thank you. Excuse me.
Good morning. First of all, mandibulise amagosa phezulu MBDA onke. Ngethamsanqa ndiwazi onke lamagosa. Ndikhula nawo. Yonke into ndiyenze kunye nawo. Elinye behlala apha ecangweni. Do you know that one of them was staying here just about just about less than 50 meters from here, just up. Sorry, oh yeah, ngapha, sorry, it's the same, but the same distance. You know what? I get so excited about what I put myself in. Because when I was living my good life far away from doing this kind of things, I was doing this alone by myself, as and when I want it. If babantu bayabhoxa sike bayeke ndihambe, and so on and so on. So just to give you an idea, this week alone, izinto ezi-involve youth endibe kuzo ndizawuza koosiya kumemlo ungumlimi, ndize kuDebbie, ndize nje Luvuyo. By the way, bantwana bam, niyayazi lo tata izapha Luvuyo quickly. Niyazi uba lo ukuba i-distance engangosuku lwandle uyawutsho ezingaphi eza kilos? 4 kilometers. Inoba kusuka apha lo Brighton Beach, ne? Busuka apha straight beach elwandle. Lo mntu lo wenza loo nto, not yedwa, ukhompyuta kunye neengcungela eziphuma kuwo amazwe ehlabathi. So, bangambetha apha, bufumene ukrebe, umbetha right like this, ukrebe ngejeje ngomlomo wakhe amthi, one shot, ngapha nangapha. He does that, this guy. So, phakama babone ceba. They must see you. Thank you. So since ndibene kunye neNantsika bendine youth kwinto ekuthiwa Inkewuse Foundation. Lo mfo lowo uzama ukwenza umsebenzi wokuphucula ulutsha. And then the other day, I sent to those who are interested to go and watch. There's an international boxers there. This is great, the standard is go and see the girls there. Believe how good they are. Namhlanje bona mosdala amantombazana xa esilwa kwiboxing ebesithi so. Muhammad go and see this. Hayibo. And enye into omama babo i-trainers phaya human ngoku ngabo bathi iza sisi iza ivuthela ya ndizakubonisa nina ndiyahleka ndicinga ndiyaqhula. I want you to go. And then izolo bendikwenye into see trust kuthiwa i-SSST yona nalo mfana usiya they were doing the same thing. At some point, you will have to put them together so that they can just share. Then, before I want also just to uCouncillor uMnyanda uyayazi ba uludwe phakama councillor bakubona. Councillor uquphe besenimbone wala beNew Brighton. Now, Debbie, you're gonna give us time, me and the councillors here in New Brighton, to go to these schools, to go and inspect what they are doing, and see what they shot with, and they are going to be there to every place where they are, councillors, okay? Then this is a grand ebithethwa ngumuntu ngendaba ye competition. No, this is not competition. This is education. This is training. This is knowledge. This is preparing you for great things. This is preparing you to produce food for this country. You can't look at this as a competition. The competition is good because we want to see you excel, doing the best you can. That's what we want from you. And it's going to happen. Therefore, don't even for a minute. When he went, my son, when he was a baby, competition, you can lose. So, when the competition in karate, they are very young, say about 8 years. And then I win when it was the turn of another child to win, he never understood it. He got off there like that. Unfortunately, we never told him that. Umntana who's better than you is going to be the winner. So, what we are doing, cadets for agricultural production, and these people are going to be the want for agriculture, for commercial farmers. They must come out of Abandona Bako Benzalendo, and it's going to happen. Now about Ringsi, who rings up started meeting Utishara would be like Kamale to go by Ngaba. But I want them to see you because that's one of the people who saw me and said, and so on. And you know, when you do things, when you walk in life, no speaker, Councillor Macho, City Siazana, you can't behave odd. You're gonna be consistent. Our one babies by 3. Kabantu, we have been involved in development. and usatisha una namhlanje usatisha nangoku. So that kind of thing is what we need to bring to the children. Councillor Odaya, as I always call you, a board member, Odaya there, yeah, a board member now. So what I'm trying to say, Mandela Bay for you guys, you have been told all the technicalities about this thing. I want to talk about Usiya Lobeme App. Usiya, Siya Gazaba for you. And I'll put you next to me. The most exciting thing, the most important thing in what you said, which is 300, what 2013? 2014. Okay. That is peanuts. When's I into? Look today, the whole bank. Continental is not going just to move ordinarily. Continental, I want to do this and so on and so on. They say, oh, good luck on your campaign. It's a hard job to get Isuzu, to get these people to come here, and also to convince zonke zinantsike izinto nizibona apha. Let me tell you something. When I was young, 18 years, because baba grade nansi abati abanye aba base primary grade 6 ne 7. That means the age here meeting 13. Yo, at the age of 13, diku grade diku yeah. But I call her a lot because you see. But the important thing about what I want to say about Sia is my theme to young people. Start what you want to do with what you have. Work with what you have. Mina, you don't put your rings, Jogi patches zabo, but clever guazo. You I don't know. You got it all. Now, but anyway, I don't want to hear a single one of you not achieving the goals when in your life. For as long as it goes higher than before, I'm telling you, you are going to get what you want. Through what? Through starting with what you have at your home. There's no better, there's no wealthy work for you. What is at your home is sufficient for you to achieve what you want. You can't say, I want to wait until utata tengi moto kanokucho, until sohlala emadraki, until sohlala enansi down. You are going to do that. Yeah, come here. You're going to do that for your family, nobody else. All right? Now, where I'm going, Yamkela January. Okay. Uhlalabi? Oh, Ferguson. All right. Umnabe ngihlala beBoost. Nalo ceba former ceba most of our time. So, masithi ke ngoku uyaqhuba ke ngoku izinto zikahambela kahle emhlabeni. What do you hope to achieve?
Funa uba civil engineer dad.
Acha madama namanzi. Andikuva. Oxalela.
Funa uba civil engineer.
Yes. Mamela, what you are going to do, Mamela, you are going to be what you want to be. Only if you are going to do one of the few things I'm going to tell you. One of them is this, that you will never ever complain into yoba ekhaya noba kwenzeka ntoni na, noba kunilane nkukhu ekhaya, noba kutheni na, you are not going to say, no, this is going to stop me. This is not going to happen. Noba kuthiwa ndilambile namhlanje because mina nilambi nolamba niyatya esikolweni. You are going to work, ndithetha nani nonke ne, you are going to read your books. You are going to read your books. When you read your books, you are taking nothing from anybody else. You are just empowering yourself to achieve the civil engineering oyifunayo. Because we need engineers in this country, and also you must get books, you must get everything to do in the newspaper, engineering, and then follow it. Read it, captain engineering, umamele, everybody ndombona umntana utata phaya kuthiwa engineer noba kuthiwa awuyaphoxa iyakuye umbuze tata ihamba njani lento yakho akuzuphuma zigqala xa uphoxwa usemncinci, don't worry. Abantu abakhathazekayo xa bephoxwa sithi please do that for me. Ndithela nani nonke azinibuza nonke what we are going to do. You know what we are going to do. The only way you are going to listen here, my kids ne abanye bem bayabazi abakhulu. They used to say, oh, Tata, why you always say we must work hard? Can't you see we work hard? Did I want to see. But if you are still pulling gas, do you want us to bleed? Did I want you to work hard? Because that's the only way to success, Yabo. There's no other way. So that's my trick, you must, if you want to upila kamnandi, you don't have upila kamnandi now. Come to Katlele ufuna uphila kamnandi xa solixheko yabo solixhekazi and naxana sele ukwazi ubhatelela abazali bakho umamakho notata ubathathe uyobafaka kwindlu wami ukuthi ethe phezu kolwandle enansi ke Plettenberg Bay anabe pha umamakho yusenjenje amanesithi azibonke umamni umamakho
Mandlovu.
Yo, athi Mandlovu. Awu, aMandlovu asekhaya ngenzi. That's what I want. That's what's going to happen. Thank you very much. Good, thank you. Okay, go through that. Listen here. Let me tell you something about land use politics. Debbie tries to tell you that the politicians, especially as the seat, they are not the ones that are going to do the work and make the change on the ground. The change on the ground is going to be made by yourselves. We must come and you, MBDA, and then sizame unifunela abantu abayibonayo lento yenu bayihamba kakuhle. And that is the way we are going to go forward. I am grateful that the concentration yalento is in the introduction, food security, gardening, water conservation, recycling, waste management. I'm not going to go into detail about those things because but the important thing, so, legacy, I give them Wings Foundation. Get the Waste Trade Company. Yes, then it is. Okay, I'm okay, yeah. The Green School Combat Challenge, I support it wholeheartedly. And I'm not joking when I say it's a bit umpoageko, but I will speak to him. Tizafuna indoba, jeba ndichilo, abatseba are going to be my office ukwenzela into yobana we give life to it. And uqhubecala sibethelela into yoba i-competition enjengalena is not just a competition efana noba you throw it away. This is a lesson that is going to use, we are going to need exporters ukutya. By the way, ne producers ukutya for tina up. And this is a thing, 20 years or 30 years now, so late, we don't have a serious food producers of our people. Ukutya kwethu, as I mean black people, I think we need to, this is a beginning whereby academies can be created on the basis of this, because when we were at school, we did this, but sayilibala. And now when I was a child, I grew up on the farms. By the time I was 18 years old, I have already shifted from one farm to the farm about 9 times. Yes. So I have had a life of living off the land. So as a complication was Miss Upper did not apply to me because I was always moving into different piece of land. So Upper umhlaba uba exhausted, that's what she was trying to tell us. So ifuna ubuchule bokuba la mhlaba uhandlishwa njani in terms of the application yomgquba nonkcenkceshelo apho lifuneka khona, etc., etc. We will certainly do as much as we can in order to bring even other relevant stakeholders that can be used in this project where you need them. I want us really to go mad about this thing. I want us to make it a great success. It's for the children. Fortunately for me, it's so fortunate this time that I always wanted to spread the kind of gospel youth development. Because I know when I was young, I was lucky to be in places where who pointed a direction which I listened to. And what I have today and what I am today, it is due to those people. That is why the Kolela, please do this thing. What I say is not said by me only. There are many other people. I can't believe that because so many, they involve young people. Because we have already given up. We're going to pull out these young people. We're going to get them, hunt them everywhere. Values as concrete, as solid, because we're going to use that as a foundation to build a future society for ourselves. Because social decadence pull forward to the front. Poetry. That is Kusta Jack, that is Speaker Majola, that is all the people who they were like that when they were young. You see? That is the only way. Now we need to I see myself, hey, Mchana, I want you to meet that fellow. And anyone, I found Namnosia, I call flamboyant. It's simple. But, he knows his story, research. I can tell you, I can put anybody from Oxford and anywhere. These people are here. Now, it's about Humba, one by one. Everybody does. Who Debbie has been for these 30 years at Telangayo, she has been committed. That's why he did a thesis. I must explain what the thesis is. Those who don't know. The composition oyenza a university. Okay, go to a thesis. Now, try to tell a thesis, it tells me that was nigga to Balemiaka, Emi no can imitate. And Chongan and Afuni Kuala Cell. And obviously, that thing is very passionate, she's passionate about. She loves what you do when you do that. And now is the time. She is going to work like a donkey now because Kuster Jack is going to drive her through the processes as a buyer, and she's going to do what she wants. Well, as I close without wasting your time, and I'm happy that you got EPWP people, 18 workers, it's a good thing. We're going to try and, as Debbie and them expand their activities, we are going to be able to source more funds to do more things, and we incorporate them into izinto ezifana nezi. Like, for example, there's a big job that we're going to do. But if we stay in council, I stay up to 2023, 24, by that time, there will be not a single paper up at the Lukish. You're going to see it. You're going to see it. There's going to be not a single one. I know his portraits are both small. I want to feed them. You know, many years ago, when I was as a student, Manjiwe, Sabanjwa Sibai 21, two of us, students, that's figure by the budget year too. From SACC, most of it goes to buying tobacco. And fortunately, I don't see ubulumko betuba to start with. It doesn't work. I don't know. I'm not saying imbi, but it's just that adibubon ubulumko bay. And nobody has convinced me ubulumko betuba, the wisdom of smoking. So I took it upon myself that by the time we leave this place, not a single one is going to be smoking. Ah, Costa, we are joke, Costa, we are joke. Through my advocacy, when we left prison, it was only 2 who were smoking. But you smoke like a chimney. And the other one, the former president or leader of the Azanian People's Organization, AZAP. Now, if they could, bazopoop, kuchiu. Kwato kusta babulala. Kakola yo, I now edishak banda bapupaya. But, and also the other important thing apa for wonke umdu olapa, I would love to take for myself into characters kamem, kamis lowetu, plus no Nansika, no Sia, because fortunately, they know land agriculture. They know it in whatever way. Nasentela agriculture, nitela gardening. They ask napiza pela koni, pela agriculture. Both of them, they've got knowledge. Yabona ke bathethe ngento some of you did not notice. Lento kuthiwa organic food production. Organic food production indlela yokuvelisa ukutya ngalankela zakudala, not methods which are environmental friendly, which support climate preservation, etc., etc. And the value of that today is huge. Once baningakwazi nibe nebalana nenze lento lena nithi ningabantu nithi sifuna uproducer inansika ngolhlobo nibabize, and then nibiye lo ndawo yenu nditsho even 20 by 20 square meters, you will, and then you must bakubonisa uba uyenze properly, ungafaki izinto ezingafuneka nguzifakile, you will make so much money, you can't believe it. All of you here, anyone. So you must think about it. You must think about it. Where ufumana isiqwenga somhlaba, you don't need too much. And then also nesako ngadibanisa nezabanye, and then you rotate it. By rotating ke ngoku nifumane ke ngoku I market that will niba needs not when awedwa. So those are the things that are going to be good in working for us going forward. But I want just to end up by thanking the MBDA, the foundation, your Wings, Give Foundation, Waste Trade Company, Department of Public Health, Department of Basic Education, Isuzu. Dimbize right, Isuzu, ne? andithanga ayisuzu, yeah, isuzu. I-Absa, i-Continental Tires, i-Lotto Star, kwakunye nesebe lezolimo, imihlaba, inguqu, nophuhliso lwangaphandle. Mfundi ndichaze kahle lento yakho. Ungathi xa uphuma apha uthi hayi ndiyozibona selisekhotha but ndibhoxe igama lombutho wakhe. Yeah, so kuthiwa ke i-Department of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development. Ndinibulela kakhulu nonke and I wish you all the best. If there's anybody ngakhange ndimention, but I was just trying to show you that we got it all up akuthi. We got the knowledge, we got the people. The only thing now is we need we are doing a good job. But I like your interest. Go back and read and make sure you make for this time you were more than abanye ngoku, ne? And then over time, you must remember this. Into yoba ube nobumnandi ngoku, it's not going to do anything for you for the future. But if you sacrifice ubumnandi ngoku, you will be able to pay for your own happiness without depending on anyone. No guy, no girl will convince you to take you to California. It's going to take you to Paris, Germany. You will pay yourself for it, and you will take your family first. After you have looked after them, you have provided them with all the basic needs, and then after the basic needs, and all of that will depend on you achieving that. Once you finish that, you go and help Tina in the project. And all of that. The ball is in your court. Thank you very much, Vianney. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Mr. Odaya. Thank you, Pingi. Thank you, Mchanya. Nice to see you here. I'm happy. Thank you. Good job, Phil. Thank you, Mr. Odaya, for keeping us in your place here. Cut here. Thank you, Pingi. Thank you, Mchanya. Nice to see you here. I'm happy. Thank you. Good job, Phil. Thank you, Mr. Odaya, for keeping us in your place here. Changes that. Thank you. Cut here. Thank you, Pingi. Thank you, Mchanya.
Thank you, Councillor Jack. I'm going to abuse my privilege here and ask a school representative, a teacher and a learner. Ne? There must be a captain in that school. One teacher and one learner. And our board members, the councillors, we just want a group photo here. Can I ask for that, please? All the board members, MBDA, councillors who are here, executives of the MBDA, one teacher, one school. Sia, where's Sia? Colorful Sia? There you are. Yes, please. Masizin. Thank you very much. Just for a quick group photo. Where's our photographers? Come, guys. Time is money. someone more qualified for that, but thank you for indulging my request. Students, as I said earlier, we have a motivational speaker for you, who is here, a publisher, an author, an amazing guy. You will learn a lot from him. So when they move and go and have something to nibble, please remain seated. We also have a lot of items from our seeds and all of those. We couldn't get all of it in here. So we're going to ask that the schools, Nosia, when they go outside, please do make sure that those things are visible, photos are taken, because these partners must go back and prove that they delivered. Okay? Thank you. And then as we close, I must maybe just acknowledge a team member who's not here. She's off sick, Tandi Maf, who works with Debbie Hendricks. And Oyama Vanto, who's here. They've been the engine running around, facilitating meetings, begging for money here. We management like to just say yes or no. They do all the hard work. So we acknowledge them in their presence, in their absence, Tandi and Oyama. And then at this point, let me call upon a seasoned board member of the Mandela Bay Development Agency, former chair, Mr. Phil Goduka, to give us a vote of thanks. Thank you, sir.
Andiyakwazi ukhwaza sibane waro. Bisikhwaza no executive deputy mayor all ngako mic sithi amandla qha abantu bave. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I think protocols were observed earlier on in the presence of the executive deputy mayor, and all the companies that are here are playing a very important role for this project. But Kemos, executive deputy mayor, already say thank to all of you are here. But Executive Deputy Mayor, I just want to reflect on a few things here because it's very important, this program. When I looked at the program that I must come here, I was very excited because one of the primary schools, I walked into that primary school in 1968. That was standard 3 in New Brighton. Emolife. Ndandifunde emolife under uprincipal Umpondo Nongada, deputy principal. The significance of that is this: when I started there, a classroom where allocated time in the morning. Your job is to go out. You have a free period picking up papers throughout the field, because we come in the morning with sweets and everything, dirty, but the role of that few classrooms is to go and pick up paper. So when anyone walks in after that first break, the school is clean. So that thing of being clean was instilled for the 4 years that I was there. So it's very important that these young students who are in these schools understand that we are revisiting what was a normal habit. It was part of how we do things. Also, igadi konini. Sasine gadi bekonini. Ama boys angayenzanga homework betsiba phaya ke ayikondile ahleke thafa ke. Fridays there were other activities. Garden was one of them. We used to go to a garden, you have your garden, teacher comes, you use the spade to measure, and all such things. And some of those things are still with me. I'm not a fanatic of gardening because I can't compete with my better half in gardening, so I'm just a support system. I think Mama Lobe Lapa was says, so I don't compete with her because she's very passionate about garden. Throughout COVID, we just went to the garden to eat. So that those things, they stay with you, executive government. because you spend time in the garden. So those things are very important. But I must also say there's another very important significance of it, starting a new Bright, Sia. In the 40s and the 50s, and even in the 60s in this part of the world, there were garden competitions near hedge. That was really big the stoop red, we cut tina hedge, it same level as the wire that was supported, what that was there. There were not brick and mortar walls then. So our job, you make it level, nice and everything. So when visitors walk into a house, they look, they say, hey, yeah, man. Then it's bonda. In some cases, they do competition to look which house is good. They had flowers. I forgot this name. There's this brick, red or blue or white flowers that normal people buy through Christmas. They were just growing everywhere in New Brighton. So the issue about gardens, the issue about recycling, and all such things were part of my generation. We know, we've seen it, we know how it built people, character, and a lot of things. So this project starting in New Brighton is very important to me in that sense that you must know what the challenges are going to be going forward. We are going to look at what you are going to do on the basis of our own experience. Ihembe yakho imhlophe inezembe emqolo FC ehlotyeni clean besithi abantu besibingori besithi banene yeah, we never walk in our school with those hair bayazi bawuchebile inwele zakho zikufutshane and neat. So I appreciate that. So that part of history is very important, that you know that you are doing something that was what was second nature. So we are hoping that you are going to learn and also do your own research. Komakhulu benu notatomkhulu wenu makhulu kuthiwa nina nansenza homework ne-woodwork negadi and amaphepha injalo, and then you engage them on the project you have now around recycling and food security. So it is in that context that I say it's very important, and some of us are going to be there to support these projects in spite of where we find ourselves, because we have this relationship with this area. Well, executive, deputy executive, you literally stand outside and throw a stone right on the roof where I used to live for 10 years. So I'm very passionate about this area, including this facility also. The mural you've done here, it was started in Mfaba Cultural Group in the early 90s, I think the 80s in 1992. Young kids did a mural there to try and, move away from that eyesore bottle store. But I'm glad they've upgraded it, and it's a center, therefore, to be looked after. I think good things are going to come from the activities we are going to do here. And I appreciate that the Deputy Executive Mayor is inviting everyone to be together to make this a reality. So we're thanked by Executive Mayor like Isuzu, the banks, and I know the rep of the bank. I looked at him when I was outside. I said, I know this face. I know, but very younger than one. And we connected. So I very appreciate that we are Continental. Should be a friend of this area because it gets most of the resources from here. The issue of the waste trade company, Company Casilla, and all those who are here, the Department of Rural Development and Agrarian Reform and Education. Mine is to say thank you very much. Amaxhosa athi ke enkosi ningadinwa nangomso. So when they were going to come, it's not to say I've seen it, I've heard it. So what is the difference? Your presence actually might be a difference. So that's what we wish as the MBDA, that we are going to grace such meetings going forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sir Phil, for your knowledge, Deputy Executive Mayor. Debbie and the operations team report to Mr. Koduka's committee on projects. So if you want to know anything about projects, he's sitting right behind you in the board. All the thank yous are done. What is left for me is to hustle one more time. And our board members, Deputy Executive Mayor, our partners who have items that are outside, might want to ask you to pose with them, take some pictures. Please, let's indulge them. I was going to ask the bank to bring me that check, but it might not look good. I'll be followed. But without then keeping you any further, we chase time, and thank you for your patience. Our guests can move across for some nibbles, whilst our learners and if teachers are willing as well, can sit where they
Perfect. Let's Alec. Remote. Not remote. Not.